The Prince and Me is a 2004 romantic comedy film directed by Martha Coolidge, and starring Julia Stiles, Luke Mabley, and Ben Miller, with Miranda Richardson, James Fox, and Alberta Watson. The film focuses on Paige Morgan, a pre-med college student in Wisconsin, who is pursued by a prince posing as a normal college student. The film spawned 3 sequels, or spin-offs created under a different writer and director, with Cam Heskin replacing Julia Stiles in the role of Paige Morgan. The Prince and Me 2. The Royal Wedding, The Prince and Me, A Royal Honeymoon, and The Prince and Me, The Elephant Adventure. Plot: Paige Morgan is a pre-medical student at University of Wisconsin-Madison. Across the Atlantic, Denmark's Prince Edward, heir to the throne, regularly shirks his princely duties by acting recklessly. While watching television after a cabinet meeting, Edward sees a commercial for a reality show set in Wisconsin called College Girls Gone Wild, featuring drunken co-eds flashing their breasts. After meeting with his parents, King Harold, and Queen Rosalind, Edward announces his intentions to attend college in America, specifically Wisconsin. While his parents do not want him to go, Edward tells them he will go with or without their consent, and that he does not want any help or money. The Queen then dispatches Edward's assistant, Soren, to chaperone the trip to America. When Edward arrives at the university, he orders Soren keep his identity a secret, and to call him Eddie. Later at a bar, Eddie sees Paige, where he flirts with her. Eddie then asks Paige to take off her shirt, like the girls in the College Girls Gone Wild advertisement did. Paige angrily drenches Eddie with the drink hose, and bounces escort Eddie from the bar. To Paige's annoyance, she and Eddie are also assigned as lab partners for an organic chemistry class. Since the class is important for Paige's medical school ambitions, she warns Eddie to not get in her way, and reprimands him after he sleeps through one of their lab experiments. After running out of money, Eddie gets a job in the deli section of the bar, even using Paige as a reference. Paige reluctantly helps him during his first day. Eddie later asks her out, but she refuses. After Eddie helps Paige learn how to interpret Shakespeare, and Paige teaches him how to do laundry, Paige is goaded by a friend to invite him to her home for Thanksgiving. While there, Eddie takes part in a lawnmower race, even beating the Morgan family's rival. However, a fistfight ensues. After patching up his wounds, Eddie and Paige kiss. Back at school, Eddie and Paige sneak off to the library stacks to pursue a romantic encounter of unspecified nature. While there, the paparazzi ambush the stunned couple. Once away from the mayhem, Paige learns of his real identity. Feeling betrayed and accusing him of lying, she leaves. At the end of the day, Eddie is notified by his mother that his father is very ill, prompting him to return. While Paige faces a panel of professors questioning her about Shakespeare and love, she realizes that she loves Edward and runs to find him, only to discover that he has already left for Denmark. She goes after him, and upon arriving in Copenhagen, her trip is delayed, as a parade honoring the royal family is blocking traffic. Paige is recognized by the crowd, and Edward finds her and takes her to the castle on horseback. The Queen objects to Edward's choice to marry Paige, but the king tells him that if he loves Paige, he should marry her. Edward proposes and Paige accepts. Paige struggles with conforming to the lifestyle of royalty. However, the Queen warms to her. Then, she takes Paige to a little room with jewelry to get ready for the coronation ball, which follows King Harold's abdication. During the coronation ball, Edward and Paige share their first dance and then sneak off together. After being left alone, Paige remembers her dream for Doctors Without Borders. When Edward returns, she tells him that she does not want to sacrifice her dreams, and that she cannot be queen. She then returns to Wisconsin and graduates from college, where she has been accepted to Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. King Edward arrives after the graduation, where he expresses that he wants to marry her and he is willing to wait until she completes medical school and achieves her dreams. She confesses that Denmark may not be ready for a queen like her, but he says that he is, leading them to kiss passionately. Cast: Julia Stiles as Paige Morgan, Luke Mabley as Edward, Crown Prince of Denmark, Edward III, King of Denmark, Ben Miller as Soren, Miranda Richardson as Rosalind, Queen Consort of Denmark, James Fox as Harold, King of Denmark, Alberta Watson as Amy Morgan, John Bourgeois as Ben Morgan, Zachary Knighton as John Morgan, Stephen O'Reilly as Mike Morgan, Elizabeth Waterston as Beth Curtis, Eliza Bennett as Princess Arabella, Devon Rattray as Scotty, Claire Price as Stacy, Yanni King as Amanda, Eddie Irvin as himself, Angelo Zaruchas as Stu, Jacques Tourangeau as Professor Amiel, Joanne Barron as Marguerite, Royal Designer, Stephen Singer as Professor Begler, Sarah Mannanen as Krista, Tony Munch as Keith Kopetsky, John Nells as Race Announcer, Claus Boo as Lutheran Archbishop. Soundtrack: The Prince and Me. Soundtrack is the soundtrack for the movie The Prince and Me, released on March 30, 2004 in the United States by Hollywood Records. Track listing: Everybody Wants You, Josh Kelly, Just a Ride, Gem, Fire Escape, Fast Bowl, Man of the World, Mark Cohn, Calling, Leona Naes, Good Intentions, Jennifer Stills, I Hope That I Don't Fall in Love with You, Mark Cohn, Symphony, Jessica Riddle, It Doesn't Get Better Than This, Katie Fitzgerald, Freeway, Scapegoat Wax, Presidente, Kinky, Drift, 40-Foot Echo, Party, The D4, Blood Sweet, Scapegoat Wax, Separate Worlds, Jenny Musket. Reception: Critics gave the film mostly negative reviews, and Rotten Tomatoes rated it 27% based on 116 reviews, giving it an overall rotten rating. They described the film as bland, fluffy, and predictable bit of wish fulfillment. Metacritic reported the movie had an average score of 47 out of 100, based on 31 reviews.